one thing that many people struggle with is knowing what to post on social media. Like what content will actually lead to more views, more sales, more engagement, more interesting conversations, and is actually relevant and interesting for their target audience and their ICP. And I think the reason for that is so difficult so often is that they are used to posting like a user still and not to posting like a business. The difference is if you're a user of social media, then you just post whatever you feel like. If you have a coffee and you like your coffee and you want to share a picture of that coffee with your friends, you make a picture of that coffee and everything's fine. As a business, social media has a clear functionality, which is brand building, which is getting views of people that haven't seen something from you before, to build attention, to build trust, and it's basically part of the entry point and the reinforcement of the whole journey that leads to some stranger buying from you. And that means that if you're posting as a business, then your content can't be that what you feel like and needs to be more intentional. However, for content to be intentional, it needs to be part of a system. So what I found is very helpful is if you actually know what makes people buy, then you can kind of reverse engineer from there to what do they need to see on social media from you that makes them become interested in you, makes them click and interact with it, and then at some point say, oh, I want to buy from this. And the way I see this is there are basically 3 steps that people go through. The first one is passive looking, which basically describes them as they have a problem and this problem is already there, but they are not yet looking for a solution. And in this phase, you need to help them understand their problem. And this is often the first touch point that people have with you. They experience a problem where they're not yet searching for a solution, a problem that you later can help them to solve, but where they're not yet looking for the solution. And the first step is just to get their attention. And you get their attention if you help them understand the problem. It's like kind of a diagnosis where they're not yet looking for a solution. Like where they're not yet looking for a solution. And then you basically talk about the problem so they read your content and see, oh, this is my problem. This is interesting because it is my problem. So it relates, it matches to my life's reality. As it matches to my life's reality, I feel that it is relevant for me. And if you then help them understand their current problem, this already improves their solution. This already improves their situation. Because they go from, I have a problem, it's causing me troubles, it's causing me pain, it's causing discomfort, but I don't know why, to, I have a problem and I know why. Which already establishes some form of trust in you because you already helped them with something without delivering any part of your service, without pitching an offer, which would be too early at this point, but you already helped them improve their situation. So the question is, what does your offer, what is the problem that your offer is actually solving? And then think about how does this problem manifest in people's day-to-day life. Like, if you produce, like, if you, for example, help people adjust in a new leadership position, like say you're doing some leadership coaching, then the question is, how does someone at first realize they need something like this maybe? Which is probably one of the many situations that new leaders come into that they don't know how to handle and that they struggle with. For example, nobody in my team is interested in feedback I give them. Or people don't perform and I don't know what to do about it. And then you might tell them, hey, if someone on your team is not performing and you don't know what to do about it, then you probably don't understand yet why they're not performing, and that's why you can't help them. So you took the experience that they had and then you help them understand where the problem came from, which already opens up a certain type of solution that they could have. Talk to people, understand what their problem is, and then you can actually help them fix performance bottlenecks. Going back to, you get their attention because they read this and they're like, yeah, this is me. I know this feeling and now I have a perspective on it that I didn't have before. And then basically your content is about situations that your future customers experience already today. I, for example, have something that I call a pain point library. So a pain point library is a list of all the different problems that I help people fix. So I help mainly people understand what makes their customers buy and then implement systems around this. And I have a library of the different pain points that people experience around this. Like, I try to improve my business, but nothing really seems to work. When I talk to people, they always seem excited for my product, but they never really buy from me. Or I don't know why some ads perform and other ads don't perform. Or sales conversations always feel heavy because it feels like I'm pushing a solution on people that they don't want to have, or I don't know what to post on social media or something like this. And then each of them is linked to a certain situation, like where people experience this, or multiple situations, because you can experience the same problem in multiple situations. And then it's linked to the reason why people experience this pain in this situation. And so I have this whole library, and whenever I don't know what to post about, then I just look at the library and see, okay, I don't know what to post about. Here is something that at some point will lead to people buying from me, because this is the problem they have. This is the reason they have the problem. If I help them understand it, they become aware of it. This creates trust. So I'm going to make content about this. This is how today's video came about. And I can really recommend this, because if you start with really mapping what makes people buy, then you can create posts that are dedicated to the pain points, and then people feel understood and feel heard, like the right people. These people that actually potentially could buy from you later, and then you already can help them. You provide value up front just by helping them understand. And the content usually performs way better because it actually is relevant and not just random. Random content can be amazing, it is authentic, but whether it performs or doesn't perform is random. And so I'm a guy who likes a structured approach. So that's how I approach it when I don't know what to post. Where to start with my content is I have a pain point library, I know the situations, I know what fits to that, and then build content for that.